So my hair's wet, but let's just do this. Let's talk about sidechaining frequency bands within your mix. So I feel like I've been doing a lot of Pro Tools tips and tricks lately, and I wanted to kind of shift focus a little bit and make sure I include some videos on my channel that are a bit more of like general mixing stuff that could be applicable across multiple DAWs. So that's what we're doing today. And what I want to talk about is actually sidechaining individual frequency bands, and I'm going to use Fabfilter Pro-Q as the plugin. So it's how to do that within that plugin, but this idea could be converted to other plugins as well. So I've just set up an example session. What I have here is a kick track, and then I have a bass track. I've put on this virtual bassist slap plugin. I've really been enjoying this plugin. So it's the Ujam virtual bassist slap plugin. And I just have it just for ease of showing you this technique. A lot of times I'll switch this over to instrument, which is where you actually play the notes on your MIDI keyboard or you program it in and it's doing exactly what you want it to do. But it also has this player mode where it has a bunch of different like intros and fills and patterns. And so you'll see here on my MIDI track, I just have this one note here, but it's going to be doing a pattern. So if I hit play, I'll just hit play so you can hear it. So see how it's using the player mode, so it's creating an actual riff for us. So just for ease of use, that's what I've done here today. I didn't want to open up a session where I would get a copyright strike at some point. So I've just slapped this together for us. And not to get distracted on this plugin too much, but I've really been enjoying it. It was recommended to me by a client and friend, and there are a few different versions of this plugin. So there's the Dandy, the Mellow, the Rowdy, the Royal, and the Slap, and each one is a slightly different style bass. So they're all basses. They have other instruments as well, this company, Ujam, but I've just been using the basses. I don't just have the basses. So within each plugin, there are a bunch of presets. So there's a whole range of different sounds that you can get. It's actually pretty impressive how many different bass sounds you can get just within this Ujam suite. And I've been having a lot of fun with it, even though I am learning to play bass, so I can actually play my own bass lines. I do mess with these. So that's all I'm going to say about that for now. So back to what I actually want to show you today. So on my kick track, you'll notice I have a send. I've created a kick bus. It's already open. It's over here. And I have it sending some signal out. So whenever the kick plays, you can see it sending signal there. So I have a kick bus going. I have other videos where I show how to sidechain. Maybe I'll link to those down below, or I'll put a card up on the screen. So if you're not familiar with sidechaining as a concept, go check that out. But what I then have here is in my Fabfilter Pro-Q3, I just open this plugin. I have set this plugin so that every time I open it, it opens with the flat 7 bands and the natural phase active. That's how I've changed it from the standard default that you get when you first install the plugin. So I haven't done this by hand. This is just me opening the plugin. And then the only thing that I've done so far is I have set my key input. So when we're sidechaining, we have to set the key input that tells the plugin, this is what I want you to listen to when we're sidechaining, if we're sidechaining. So I have set that to be that same kick bus send. So it's receiving the signal, and now the question is, are we going to use it? And we are going to use it. So the idea that I want to show here is that you can sidechain individual frequency bands. So in this example, we can, for example, sidechain just the low end of the bass to the kick so that the other parts of the bass aren't getting ducked whenever the kick is going into play. And this isn't the only way you could use this technique. You can be creative. I'm sure we could come up with a whole bunch of other ways to use this technique. So let me know in the comments below how you would use this technique. I can think of examples. For example, you might want to duck the frequency band where the vocal's popping through. So maybe like 3K and 10K or something like that. You might want to sidechain that in other instruments and let it be boosted in the vocals. That could be one fun thing to do. But it all kind of depends on what you're doing. It depends on how it sounds, As always, it depends on how it sounds. So let me just show you how to do this. So I'm just going to target this band. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring it down a little bit so we can see it. It's on low shelf. I'm just going to switch it to bell just because I feel like it. And we're going to target right around here for fun, just see how it sounds. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually right click on it and make it dynamic. And so what that means is whatever the thing is that we set as input comes into play and becomes louder than a certain threshold, it's then going to reduce that band further. So we have the standard amount that we're reducing it, which is at negative 1.82 decibels right now. And then we also have the amount that it gets reduced once the threshold is triggered, which is another negative 1.5 decibels. So I can bring this down even more to make it a little more dramatic. And then all you have to do to make this now sidechained instead of just a standard, dynamic EQ setting is you just go to this button right here and you click on it. And so now it's going to be listening to the kick instead of the bass. So I'm going to turn it off so we can see how it behaves when the bass is in play. And then I'm going to switch it to the kick. And you'll notice you'll see the meter change and you'll see that the meter is starting to be active when the kick is in play once this is blue. So let's just listen. It's so much better too when it's sidechained, right? I mean, obviously we probably wouldn't do this to the bass normally without the sidechaining. So, but that's basically how you do it. That's it. And then from there, you can tweak exactly what frequency band you're affecting, exactly how wide the frequency band is that you're affecting. You can really target whatever is shining through on the kick that you really want to target. You can adjust the threshold and make it more extreme or less extreme, make it more sensitive, less sensitive, and you can make it, more dramatic if you want. Let's make it really dramatic and see how it feels. It's going to feel so weird. It's like too much, but yeah, that's the basic idea. So I think that's it. This might actually be another shorty video, which I haven't done in a little while. But let me know what you think of this idea. Let me know in the comments below. As always, like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell. I'd appreciate all of that stuff. I hope someone out there finds this helpful. And if you feel so inclined, please check out my Patreon. So it's patreon.com/CatoNoise. And we have some additional content on there. We are on a Discord server that we're all hanging out on. We're sharing stuff with each other. We're just nerding out in general. We have a book club that we've been doing. It's a very small book club, but I love it, so I'm going to keep doing it. And we do all audio engineering and music production books in the book club, and we meet on Sundays. So if you feel so inclined, check that out. You can join for as little as $1 a month. And other than that, I come out with new videos every Wednesday, and thank you so much for hanging out. Okay. I mean, that was probably a really short video, but I feel like it's a really useful technique for targeting exactly what you want to target when you're sidechaining. Like sometimes you want some more of the slap of the bass or more of that high end of the bass to pop through, but you still want to tame more of the low end. And this is one way you can do that. So what's going on with me? I forgot to put my vacuum away, so my vacuum's in the back of this video, so that's cool. But hopefully no one cares. I kind of don't care. I don't know what else is going on with me. I just received a new job offer that I probably shouldn't talk about yet, but I'm very excited about. So I will tell you as soon as I can tell you about that. Yeah, life's good. It's summer. Things are slowing down a little bit post-graduation. So it's been good. I just assembled some patio furniture. So I deserve a sticker, clearly. And I'm going to record the next video now, I guess. Okay, bye.